Hello and welcome. Today we are going to talk about a very interesting phenomena that has been with mankind for a really long time. This is something that has been around us and within us for as long as we know. And it has become so integral a part of our lives that we have started to take it for granted. It has become a sort of a normal for us. Not only for us but even for medical science, because in the last few centuries of the history of medical science, though this disease is so common, there has been no cure for it. And forget about a cure. There is no particular cause that has been found for the existence of this disease. Yes, I am talking about the common cold. So what exactly is common cold? Actually, if you look at the phenomena of common cold, you realize that there are multiple reasons for it. Of course, we don't have an exact methodology to find out what cold is because of what, except maybe when it's a case of allergy, when we say that okay, the running nose and the other symptoms, the rhinitis, that okay, it's an allergic cold. But apart from that, other kinds of cold are either attributed to viruses or, as medical science calls them, of unknown etiology. That is, the reason is not known. Now this is very funny because there's hardly a man on this earth who hasn't caught a cold any time in his life. And if this is true, then what exactly could be the main reason behind this cold? Well, there are multiple interpretations, so let us not go into the interpretations, but what I'm trying to attempt to do through this particular video is give you a method, sort of a very interesting holistic way of healing your cold. Particularly if you are the kind of person who falls ill with cold frequently. Every now and then you catch cold. And though there's this English saying which says that if you don't want to catch a cold, fall in love. There are people I know who are professionals at catching cold. So this particular video is for those people who catch a cold very easily and who catch a cold very frequently. Irrespective of what the causing factor is, whether it is a virus, a bacteria, an infection, an allergy, or simply the unknown etiology of allopathy, a cold is associated with a few symptoms. There could be a runny nose or there could be a blocked nose. And behind all of this is a very interesting mechanism at work. The mechanism of our neuroimmunology. When the immune system starts impacting on the nervous system, we get what we call as frequent colds. And this frequent colds hence can be dealt up very effectively by reversing the neuroimmunological mechanism that takes place in the body. Now, if you have been having frequent cold for the last few years, then I recommend that you practice this daily for 20 minutes for quite some time. I assure you that in the next 3 to 4 days, if you practice these two things, results will be on their way. But apart from that, what is more important is that you practice them consistently so that this immunological stress gets out of your nerves. And once it gets out of your nerves, you will see that you don't catch a cold that frequently. So let us get back to what we have to do. The first thing that I would want you to do is hold this part of your body, the arms. Sit this way for 20 minutes because these 20 minutes will be the most beautiful 20 minutes of your life. If you can sit this way with eyes closed and focusing on your breath, just being aware of how your breath changes, it would be beautiful. But if you cannot and do not have that luxury of sitting quiet for 20 minutes, you can do this while you are traveling or while you are watching your television. This is number one that I want you to do. The second thing that you can do to get rid of the common cold is place your arms facing upward and sit on your hands. Your palms facing upwards and sit on your hands, and do this for 20 minutes, preferably after your meals. Because after your meals is when the neuroimmunological stress actually shoots up. And when it shoots up, that is the time when you actually have to work on it. Try these 2 holds 20 minutes a day and let me know in the comments box what happens to your common cold. I am very sure you will no longer be getting the colds as frequent or being troubled by the colds in the next 15 to 20 days. I'll see you again very soon. Until then, thank you.